Hi everyone, welcome to Itsy Bitsy's live read of My Pretty by Madeline Fay. Prologue, 2 years ago. This is not a story for children, so please put your child to bed before I begin. I advise caution because this may disturb some of you viewers listening in. What I'm about to tell you is a true story. A story that caused our nation to be afraid to leave their homes at night and men to look weary over their shoulders in the dead of night. This tale is about the man-eating killer and the victim she claimed. This is the time you take the bathroom break, grab a snack, and keep your lights on because, folks, this is the real deal. And she could be out there still. It started in 2014, the night Tommy Picker thought he was safe, but oh, how wrong he was. She lures her latest victims in by appearing to be a damsel in distress, catching them off guard the moment they offer assistance. The police report indicated she gets off on the men who help, lending a chivalrous hand. What would you do in this case? Would you stop to help a woman at night with a flat tire? Walking alone in the freezing cold on the side of the road? Have a pretty lady walk up to you at a bar and seduce you to take her home, only to end up dead a few hours later? This is a woman who lures men into a web of lies, deceiving them and brutally butchering them until they are unrecognizable. She collects souvenirs, and I'm not going to go into detail about that, but a fair warning to all the males out there. Be smart and guard your privates. What makes a human commit these heinous crimes? We may never know. Maybe the devil is at play here, or there is no answer. What I do know is we weren't born evil, but in this rare case, maybe some of us are. Did the man-eater wake up one day and decide, I'll start going on a killing spree? No, I don't think so. I think it was cooking in every evil bone in her body, stewing for too long. What made her decide only men? Did she have a bad childhood, or did she grow up with a white picket fence? We won't have these answers until she's caught, if she ever is. If you have a weak stomach, I suggest you leave the room, because what I'm about to tell you is truly shocking and disturbing. Not only does she attack the men and leave them unidentifiable, but what leaves us baffled is their missing organs. She's named the man-eater for a reason. I'll let that sit with you for a while. In the meantime, her last victim was months ago on the outskirts of Kansas City during the terrific storm that swirled through the city. Total counts of 36 men within 3 years have fallen for her crimes, and we wonder to this day, where did the man-eater go? Is she still out there? Has she gone into hiding? Or did she get swept away into the storm? This concludes tonight's episode of Most Wanted in America. But before we log off, I have one more question for you. Are your doors locked? Hold your men close, ladies. A killer is still on the loose, and she's hungry. Chapter 1, East. I'll get you, my pretty, ugly Dorothy, and your little rat of a dog. Mwah. Sitting sideways on my broom, I aim low towards the ground as I crack madly for the townspeople. They really don't expect anything else from me. The ugly, wicked green witch of the East terrorizes the village as usual. The Fay folks of Munchwich run and jump out of my way as I fly dangerously low, inches from their startled faces. I swoop near the child who's about to pop a lollipop in her mouth. Reaching out a hand as I pass by her, I grab the sucker with my favorite crackling laugh that makes grown men piss themselves. I feel a slight twinge when I hear the little girl crying in dismay as I pop the sucker in my mouth. Sometimes I really do hate being wicked, unless it's in the bedroom. Then I'm perfectly fine being naughty between the sheets. Curses. It's been forever since I've been fucked. All I want is a man to smack my ass and pound me and pound into me until I'm seeing stars as I'm being choked, but in a good way, of course, a very good, naughty way. Spake me very much. It's not too much to ask for. I swear I'm growing cobwebs between my thighs, and pretty soon my legs might even start creaking if I dare open them. The Fay men in Munchwich are all assholes, terrified of little old me. It used to be different, where all the men wanted was to be with me, but mainly for my powers. I used to be worshipped like a god in a small town. I still felt lonely even then, but at least I had some attention around here. I've been called pretty my whole life, until little Miss Innocent Dorothy, who is not as innocent as she appears to be, showed up. That's when I became the ugly green witch. She ruined everything, and now I'm just known for being wickedly mad. It always comes back to her messing up my life. Speaking of the buttercup bitch, she's hiding behind the fat-ass mayor, his shiny head reflecting the sun as it blinds me for a second, until I can only see his mustache. I see Dorothy whispering into his pointed ear as she smirks at me from down below, near the mayor's office at the town hall. I hate that woman with a passion. I wish I could send her away, back to where she came from in her tornado. Our world is strange and straight up fucking mystical. But damn, she dropped from the sky in a lonely, windy storm I was enjoying. That is, until her little shack of a house landed on my aunt of the West. I wasn't too heartbroken, because that witch had evil pouring from her warts on her big nose, but she was still family. The only good thing my aunt of the West did for me is push me out of the way before the house landed, or she could have been trying to push me towards the house to escape. I guess I'll never know. I think what really upset me is Miss Perfect Dorothy just came skipping out of the shambled mess of a home and stole my aunt's killer's ass ruby slippers. Those bad boys sparkle, and they were supposed to be mine. But now she has them on her nasty, stinky feet. The worst part is, they won't come off unless she's willingly taken them off, or the person wearing them is killed. I have contemplated striking her down with a ball of fire here and there, maybe even dreamt about it. I usually wake up from the certain dream in the throes of passion because in the end, I have the glittery, pretty red shoes adoring my feet. They hold the power to take you anywhere you want, and I wish to escape this place, to find somewhere that doesn't hurt me each time I show my face. It's a good thing the hillbilly horde doesn't know about the power those heels hold. It makes me absolutely sick when my Aunt Witch of the West died. The people threw a parade for her killer, showering her with flowers and candies until she soaked up like a hooker on a cheap date. She became Flipping Hat's town hero in less time than it takes to blow dry my hair. I have thrown looks of pure hatred, as if I betrayed the people. I mean, hello, it wasn't like I could just kill my aunt. She was unstoppable and powerful. How was I supposed to know that dropping a house on her would do the trick? Get lost, you ugly green hag. No one wants you and your cruelty here. Why don't you hang yourself, wicked? Dorothy shouts from the group of the town folk. She clutches her dog to her small boobs as she is frightened of me. She's really not. It's all a show she likes to put on. She wants everyone to hate me and fawn over her. Dorothy's been calling me wicked instead of my real name since day one, and it has stuck with all the village idiots. Swooping lower, I fly by some of the cops that surround the mayor, acting as bodyguards to protect the fat man from me. For a witch's sake, I used to hook up with those losers, who would lust after me until it was pathetic. Just as I'm passing Derek, the head sheriff, I flash a little leg with my black knickers showing and crackling evilly when I see the lust burn in his eyes, just as he starts to reach a hand out to touch me. That worm gets smacked in the back of the head by little Miss Perfect, and he's pulled back to her side as she glares at me with those beady poop brown eyes. Oops, I must have forgotten my old fling is now dating Dorothy. Can't be showing him the goodies. Fire! Shoot her! What are you waiting for? Knock her out of the sky! Dorothy bellows in Derek's face until she turns an unpleasant red as she points at me when I'm high in the clouds. I can't help but smirk as he ducks his head and fumbles with his belt, looking for his pathetic excuse of a wand. I might have slipped the wand from his belt as I passed by, distracting him with my seductive skills. With an evil crackle, which I must say, it takes some serious skill to master this laugh, I fly in circles around the crowd. I used to practice my wicked laugh for hours in the mirror until I had it down to a pat. He, and ho-ho's didn't work at first, but that delighted crackle almost cracked my mirror when I let those harsh, high-pitched laughs loose. One day, a mad crackle exploded out when I got home after being publicly humiliated, and then I lost myself in hysterical laughter until evil laugh slipped out like a whisper of a unicorn fart. I really startled myself, tripping over my pantyhose and landing on the floor in dismay, then erupted in a fit of giggles. I've only gotten better over the last few years, and this particular one really makes the people hide when they hear it coming from a distance. It means the wicked west of the east is coming, and you'd better run. That's right. Fear me. As Dorothy rants and waves her arms around like a man-woman from below, clearly upset that no one can stop me, I decided a little message in the sky might be perfect before I head home to the castle. With a few swirls and weaves, I nosedive and blow a kiss at her angry face that's turning a deep shade of purple as she gazes up at the clouds to the message I just finished. Whore. It's not very subtle, a clear message to the whore of Munchland. My broom made the pretty words before slowly starting to disappear in the white pillows, and I mentally pat myself on the back when Dorothy's scream of outrage hits my ears as I vanish into the dark, haunted woods. The trees whisper as I pass them, welcome me back. Branches move out of the way as I follow the path to home, some caressing my skin in a smooth, soothing manner so I know I'm at least welcome here. This forest is deadly, dark, and scary to everyone but me. I think the forest feels the way I do, stuck in place and always covered in shadows. I grew up in these woods, picking apples from the talking trees with my Aunt North. She hasn't talked to me since I've been bad, but it's not like I asked for this. As for Uncle Oz, he still talks to me, but has given up on me. Says I'm a lost cause, my big toe too deep into the cauldron, whatever the heck that means. He told me the color of my skin is a bright green because I have a little green monster on my back. It only started changing once my aunt of the West died. I was in mourning, damn it, nothing else. As if. I am definitely not jealous of Dorothy and her adoring fans. My skin did not change because of jealousy. It was naturally this way. So what if I made it my personal mission to make her life miserable? She deserves it. It's not like I have anything better to do anyways. I'm already planning my next scheme. Maybe I'll make her rat of a dog go bald. Or not, since I'm allergic to dogs. I can't get too close to that rat or I'll look ridiculous, sneezing up a storm while trying to appear badass. I should just make her own plain brown hair fall off and enjoy her screaming the next morning when she wakes up with a bald scalp. I mean, come on, why is she always wearing braids? She looks like an innocent little girl, but I can see past her disguise just like I saw past Aunt Wes. These things must be delicately planned. With plotting on my mind, I must have been fly driving in a daze because I have to skid my broom to a stop. I almost missed my path to the castle. Backing up, I fly around the maze of trees and come into view of my beloved home, the one place I don't have to hide, and I can be myself. Lightning strikes at the peak of the castle just as I'm approaching, and I can't help but admire the beauty. Standing alone on a cliff within the mountains, a dark cloud covers the ground, basically hiding my home in the night. The screeching of bats around the tower is a welcome home call as I fly past the drawbridge and straight up to my balcony at the top castle. It has the best view of the land. I can see the lights of Emerald City from a distance, so I don't feel so lonely. Thank you for listening.